So what is Guru Chandal Yoga in Vedic astrology? Guru Chandal Yoga simply means that Jupiter and Rahu are in the same house and at least within 6 degrees of each other. So in astrology it's very important to look at the degrees as well, because in one sign there's 30 degrees. Okay, and so different planets are in different degrees, and even in the same house there are sometimes at different degrees. So let's say if Jupiter is at 1 degree Leo and Rahu is at 16 degrees Leo, the Guru Chandal Yoga will really not be felt as much. Maybe you'll only see 20% of Guru Chandal Yoga instead of 100%. Now let's say if Jupiter is at 5 degrees Leo and Rahu is 5 degrees Leo, that becomes a very, very strong Guru Chandal Yoga because they're very close. They're within a degree of each other in the same sign. So that was pretty much how you see the Guru Chandal Yoga, and this can occur in any house. In all 12 houses of astrology, Guru Chandal Yoga happens. But what it does, it differs from each houses. Okay, so let's say if you have Guru Chandal Yoga in 4th house, what will that do? Well, here's the thing first you want to learn. Guru means teacher. Chandal means somebody who's just like a thug. Okay, so it's like a teacher and a thief or a thug making a team together to create something in life, to achieve certain things in life. But you gotta also know this. In the original Shastra of Vedic astrology, which is Parashara Hora, it is not a positive thing having a Guru Chandal Yoga, because it takes the positive quality of Jupiter away from your horoscope. So if Jupiter was to give you a lot of wealth or knowledge, it will not give wealth of knowledge because it's being damaged by Rahu. Is this really true? Not most of the time, and especially not now. What is Guru? What is Jupiter in astrology? Jupiter is wisdom, knowledge. Okay, it's healthy family life. It's obeying your one's teacher. Okay, and Rahu is in completely opposite of that. It doesn't believe in religion, doesn't believe in higher spiritual wisdom and knowledge and all these things. But Rahu is more practical. He said, look, I'm here on earth right now and I need to get whatever I can conquer on earth. Okay, that obsession. So in true honesty, in this new millennium, Guru Chandal Yoga is actually a good thing. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because it makes a person think outside of the box. So if you're like a very hardcore Christian, like an evangelical Christian, and for you everything is Jesus, everything is Christ, everything revolves around God, okay, but your brother, okay, has this Guru Chandal Yoga, he's gonna question you. He's gonna say, okay, so you think God is here to save you and save everybody else? Then he's gonna question, say, hey, how come God wasn't there on 9/11? How come God is not there to help the dying kids in Africa? How come God wasn't here for you in this situation? And then the other person will contradict that, saying in some spiritual realm that while God has put us here to learn lessons and put us here on a journey, because soul is not a body, it's just a device to experience life. So both of them will keep arguing. But what Guru Chandal Yoga person will do, he will look at it in a more logical fashion. He'll think outside the box. He will not think what the parents has taught him. He'll be like, whoa, wait a second. You guys are talking about Christ all the time. You want me to read the Bible and memorize some of its verses, but who really wrote the Bible? Do you know? They say, of course. King James, or I'm not really well versed in Christianity, so I'm just saying that maybe those priests or whoever wrote the Bible. I just said King James because it's a King James Bible. I don't know if that person really wrote it, so don't laugh at me for that. But whoever wrote the novel, or the Bible, that person with the Guru Chandal Yoga is going to say, were you there when it was written? They say no. Then how can you trust the words? How can you just go along with something that was written 2,000 years ago without any merit or meaning? But they're going to say, no, this is what really happened, this is what God really is. And so this is what happens with Guru Chandal Yoga. It makes you think outside the box. And I can probably guarantee the person who first thought of that the earth is round and not flat is probably had a Guru Chandal Yoga. It's like, wait a second, everybody's saying that you're going to fall if you go further in the sea and this is what happens. But then he's like, no, wait a second, if that could happen, then what about this and what about that? And he linked everything together and said, no, earth is round. So if we're talking about Guru Chandal Yoga in 4th house, it's giving you the same notion, but this time it's going to be like, okay, if Jupiter is about tradition, that means 4th house is about home, and Jupiter wants to give you a traditional marriage and traditional kids and makes you religious somewhat, makes you spiritual. But then when Rahu comes in 4th house, he says, wait a second, no. I know my parents want me to marry a Christian girl, but you know what? I'm really attracted to that Jewish girl, and she is attracted to me, so I'm going to date her. And then what happens? He dates her, and they fall in love. And then the family rebels, both of the families. But then this guy's like, no, screw you guys, I'm going to marry this Jewish girl because I love her. There's no such thing as religion. It's just a man-made thing, so I'm just going to marry this Jewish girl. So that's what Guru Chandal Yoga does. It opens your thinking up outside of the boundaries that has been taught for many, many years. So you can go through every house situation, and if you have Guru Chandal Yoga in certain places, it's going to do somewhat opposite of that thing. It's going to try to like mold it. Like, okay, so if Jupiter was there, this guy would have been totally traditional, married a Christian evangelical woman. But having Rahu there didn't really make him a bad person for marrying this Jewish girl, because that Jewish girl could be a very nice girl. It's just that it made him think outside of the box. It made him think outside of this boundary of tradition and culture. That's what Guru Chandal Yoga is. So I hope this helped, and I will be making more videos on what other conjunction does with Rahu. If you want to check out my website, it's below at krsnovel.com. It's going to take you directly to the astrology site that I have. Thank you.